The original title of this video was going to be something along the lines of, is negativity the same as realism, you know? But I started thinking about an article I read one time, long ago. I think it was in American Handgunner magazine, either Guns or American Handgunner. And Clint Smith of Thunder Ranch wrote an article talking about turd suckers. Of course, there were a bunch of little girls. Apparently they were little girls, though probably in the body of supposedly grown men who wrote letters whining about him using the expression turd suckers. I don't know, maybe they thought that was just terrible. But I think what he was referring to was, I think, people, negative comments and stuff about some of the different projects he did with people for Thunder Ranch guns, you know, like revolvers from Smith & Wesson and stuff, you know. People like, who uses a revolver for self-defense, you know, or whatever. And people that just, you know, they always want to rain on somebody else's parade, you know. You're doing something that you enjoy. It's a fun project or whatever. And it has use for you, which is the only thing that matters, you know. And they just want to, like, run it down. And, you know, I realized as I was thinking about this, that's the way it is with some of these guys in the Philippines. Their attitude, it's like, you know, it's like they're sucking on a turd all the time. They just got that sour expression on their face. Nothing tastes right, and life is horrible. I started to watch a video here just a little bit ago, and I made it through about 20-30 seconds of it. Yet another video in a slow, deliberate British accent. So you think you know you're Filipina, but do you really, you know? And I could tell it was just going to be another 15 minutes sitting around whining about, you know, stupid shit. So you've been with her this many years and you think you know what makes her tick, huh? You know, what the hell, man? What does he know about it? You know, what does he know about the person you're with? Nothing. You know, it's just another negative video. Well, I'm one of the real people who's going to tell you the way things really are. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and try to make you sound like it's paradise over here, or like if you get a Filipina, that life is going to be so wonderful. But what the hell does he know? You know, he might know about the person he was with, and he may know some negative experiences. Don't we all? You know? But man, there's so many guys like that over there. I understand that you also got a lot of people, you know, their goal is to write, you know, like the travel ads or something for the Philippines, basically. And look, life is all crystal clear waters and beaches and mountains and beautiful women, and everything is so cheap and perfect, and oh, the Philippines is beautiful, you know. Those of us who've actually been there for a while know all the aggravations. I remember this one little apartment that I rented for my wife, you know, back before she moved here. It was real close to the college where she was going, you know, Western Mindanao State University, and the campus where she was going. And she and one of her friends, you know, were living there. It was like right up over the hill from the school, basically. And it was this little compound, had a few apartments in this, you know, you had like, it was kind of like an L-shaped thing with a fence along the other side and a gate coming in from the one road. And it's a pretty cool little apartment, actually. Had one big main open room, kind of long and narrow. And it was on the side of a hill, kind of. And so up above on the one end, there was this window kind of high up toward the ceiling, which was kind of a problem in some respects, though, because, you know, it was not too far above ground level on that side of the house. And I think they had some problems with some peeping Toms sometimes. And on that end, you know, you had like a counter with a sink and stuff in it where you could cook, and the rest of it was just totally open, and you know, door going out the other end. And then off to the one side, you had two little small bedrooms, and in the middle, you know, like a Filipino style bathroom, you know, like a toilet with no seat on it, and just a little shower area, you know, with a faucet on the wall, so you could fill up your bucket to take a shower. But man, you'd be laying there on your mattress in the morning. There was this kid in the house next door at the other end. I don't know if they were the ones that actually owned the place or what. He'd be out there on his motorbike in the morning, driving around in circles in the courtyard, waiting for his little brother or whoever he was taking to school, and making noise. Roosters going all the time, dogs barking. Down over the hill, there was a little bar or something, I guess. They'd be doing loud karaoke all the time until 2 o'clock in the morning. It was annoying, okay? So it's definitely not all perfect over there. And you understand why a lot of people that are used to the way things are here, when they move over there, they want to go to a place where they can close out some of that noise, where they've got air conditioning, don't just have to rely on a fan and stuff. But yeah, it's not perfect. But still, most people at least, they have an understanding of what they're getting into when they go over there. And the people who can't handle it will be weeded out, They'll get over there and they'll realize, well, shit, I can't take this. And then they're gone, And the people who can handle it, they'll stay. It's just that simple. That's life, It's that way in Florida right now. Our net increase last year was like 126,000 people because 600 some thousand moved in last year, but 511,000 left, They said, yeah, Florida's not for me. It's too hot, too blazing hot and humid all summer long, too expensive. Try to own a house here, the cost of insurance and taxes and stuff is crazy. It just keeps going up and up and up. A condo, you have to pay all kinds of fees and stuff. Can't find a job that pays them what they think they need to make, and they're gone. It's that way everywhere, not just the Philippines or some other foreign country. But you get a lot of these expats, they want to tell you, like, I'm the voice of reality. Sometimes you'll tell somebody, why do you have to be so negative? Why do you have to be a pessimist? And they're like, well, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. But, being realistic doesn't mean you always have to focus on the negative. There's going to be positive and negative no matter where you are. But you get some of these Philippines turd suckers over there that they're going through shit in their own life. Maybe they thought they knew the Filipina they were with and it turned out they were wrong. And maybe the one they had was just an insufferable little volcano all the time. That doesn't mean that the one you're going to be with or the one you are with is like that too. And that's the way a lot of these guys are. This one particular person just like, well, just wait, you'll see. Yours is the same. They're all the same. I'm sorry his life is shit right now, But sadly, for him at least, that's got nothing to do with the rest of us. We're not obliged to feel sad and shitty just because his life is like that. We have our own lives. And, it's just like getting up and watching the news in the morning. Every day, murders, rapes, all this kind of stuff. People whose lives turn to shit. And, it really sucks for those people. And people are involved with all this stuff. But we watch that and then we get up and we go about with our life, Just because somebody else is having a shitty day and maybe even a shitty life with no end in sight except for death, which will finally relieve them of their misery and put them out of their suffering. The rest of us don't have to be sad and pissed off and negative just because they are, There's a difference between being a realist and having to feel negative and focus on the negative all the time. Because no matter where you live, it's going to be negative things to focus on. You might live in a beautiful place here in America, right on the beach, every convenience you could possibly want, great restaurants. Anytime you want, you can run down to the local restaurant, get a nice grouper sandwich or a dozen oysters, go out and walk along the nice beach. It's also going to cost you like, $15,000 a month to live there or whatever. But on the plus side, though, you won't have to listen to any roosters crowing, maybe. But, just don't let the sourpusses, the turd suckers, determine whether or not you're happy. Everybody has to focus on their own life. And there are always going to be negative people around. the best advice I can give people, or anybody, is people want to be like that, you don't have to hang out with them, you know. You can cut them out of your life and improve your own life by not having to deal with them.